Alright, this is going to be a video on how to replace your wheel bearings in your boat trailer axle, and your brakes and brake calipers if you have brakes. If you don't have brakes, it's not a big deal. Once that part of the video is over, all the bearings and stuff are the same. So if you don't have brakes, it's not a big deal. They just won't be there. So here we go. Alright, I've already taken the wheel off, which is very simple. You just got, lug nuts, 5 or 6. On this case, 5. There's the brake caliper. You can see how rusted and corroded it is. On the back side, I've already taken out the nuts for the brake caliper. There's only 2. They look like this. There's only 2, so you can't miss them. I didn't want to waste time on that part of the video. And we'll go ahead and knock off I'll go ahead and do the rest of the video. It is very simple. You already got your nuts out, so we're going to take the brake caliper off. Alright. The drum just slides right off. So, some drums are all in one unit with the hub. In this case, it's just the drum by itself and the hub. Now there's a little cap here. Okay. Alright, it could be a bearing buddy, or it could just be an aluminum cap. It's not a big deal. You just get a hammer, alright, and lightly tap it. More than likely you're going to replace that cap. Alright, it just pops right off. Inside here you got your nut. It's called a castle nut. Some will have a cotter pin sticking out where it's bent over and you just straighten it out and slide it out. In this case we have a flat pin washer. So we're gonna flatten that pin out like so. Sometimes you need a wrench, sometimes you don't. I could just slide that off with my fingers. Alright, the brake part is over with basically. Once you you take your brake line off first, then you take the nuts out for your caliper, and the caliper just slides right off. If you're going to replace the rotor and everything, you don't have to be gentle with it. You could just bang that thing right off. This is the castle nut. Don't throw it away, because in some applications they don't come with one or whatever. So, alright, you got the castle nut. And then you got there's a flat pin washer right here. Actually, it's still here. Here it is. It's a flat pin washer. It's what keeps the nut on, so it can't slide off. And like I said, in some cases you got a cotter pin that just sticks out. Alright, so that's it. Here's your hub. We're just going to slide it right off. Okay, now if you pay attention, there's an outer washer, outer bearing. If you wipe this off right here, if you don't know what size bearing to get, you got a serial number right here on the bearing, and that number is universal. It matches up with the right bearing. So in here is your hub. On the outside, your outer bearing. You got a washer in there, and then there's a seal. Okay, if you're going to replace the hub and everything, there's no need to take this out. You could just toss it in the garbage. If you're not going to replace the hub, okay, you want to get your hub and put it down on something and get a screwdriver and stick it in there where that seal is and that bearing and pop it out with a hammer. And then you can replace all that stuff with the new stuff. And that's pretty much it. There's your spindle. Here's a bracket right here for the brake caliper. If you buy brand new brake calipers, if you buy a whole set, it'll come with that bracket. You want to replace that too, because these nuts are all rusted up. There shouldn't be any need to replace your spindle. Usually that's all greased and it never gets rusted, so that should be good to go, unless you're replacing your torsion axle. But hope you liked the video. I hope it helped you out. I did this video because I watched a video on YouTube that helped me out, so good luck.